Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Of course, I'm the first year business coach and I basically help you with different things within your first year of business. And I'm bringing you a new video. I'm going to be helping you guys learn how to create your own content calendars. I have learned that a lot of business owners have not been using content calendars, and I don't understand how you think you're going to be consistent with posting if you don't have some type of schedule or some type of calendar that you're going off of. But before I start that, I do want to acknowledge the fact that I have not been creating videos for a while. I just kind of fell off the face of the earth, and as you can see, I've moved. I've been moving. We've been in transition for the last couple of months. And as you can see behind me, I have a completely different setup behind me. I have a completely different space for my recording. And so all of that stuff has been going on behind the scenes, which is why I haven't really been creating content. Now, I have been creating content over on another channel, and that is the Shonda and Michael's channel. It's me and my fiance's YouTube channel. And so I've been showing up consistently over there recently. That's where I've been. But I'm back. And like I said, we're going to be talking about how to create this content calendar. So let's go ahead and hop right in. So before I tell you how to create a content calendar, I want to first tell you what it even is. You might not even know what a content calendar is or why it's going to benefit your business by having one. So a content calendar is basically a schedule that you create for your content. Pretty much. It's pretty much self-explanatory. It's in the name. It is a calendar for your content. And if you're running a business, you know that there are so many different moving parts when it comes to your business. But the very heavily used machine is content. Content is a monster all by itself. And if you don't have some type of structure or some type of strategy or some type of workflow to make sure that you can keep showing up, things are going to fall through the cracks. You're going to lack consistency. You're going to lack content. You're just not going to be able to show up the way you want. And so having a content calendar is basically letting you know what's going to be posted when and where this content is going to be posted, what is going to be posted, and when you're planning to post it. And you go through this content calendar on a consistent basis. It's like you know exactly what's going out and when it's going out. And there's so many other aspects, but I'm going to keep this beginner friendly and let you know of some things that you need to know before I go into the advanced stuff. So here's some of the things that you need to have in place before you even start creating your content calendar. The first thing is you need to know what 3 platforms you're going to have your focus on. Do not be that person that is trying to post on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and Pinterest. And don't be that person. You need to focus on 3. 3 needs to be the main 3 platforms that you're going to be utilizing in your business. Now, if you want to spread out after you've been consistent on those 3 platforms and start incorporating other ones, then that's great. But if you're just starting off, you definitely need to know what 3 platforms you're going to be utilizing. The second thing you need to have is a content bank. It is going to be such a smoother process if you have a content bank before you create a content calendar, because what you want to happen is, and if you don't know what a content bank is, it's basically pre-created content that you've already brainstormed, that you've already drafted, that is saved in whatever it is that you're using for your content bank. So now you're essentially dragging and dropping content into your content calendar. So this way you're not having to brainstorm every time it's time to add content to your content calendar. You already know, okay, I have content in this, I have quotes here, I have carousel post here, and that creating a content bank is a whole nother video. So if you need help creating a content bank or would like more information on that, drop a comment in the comment section below and let me know, and I'll actually create a separate video on that. But you definitely want to have a content bank. Another helpful thing to have in place before you create your content calendar is to know what specific theme or topic you're going to be covering for the month. So if you're in the business of selling knowledge, like if you're a business coach or a fitness coach, or you're in the business of teaching people stuff, I find that it is a lot easier to have a theme or a topic that you're going to be focusing on for the entire month. Why? Because we have so many different things that we can cover, but that doesn't mean that you should cover those things. And what's going to happen is if one day you're talking about how to grow on TikTok, and then the next day you're talking about how to grow on Facebook, and then the next day you're talking about how to create a business plan, like your content is all over the place. And even though your intentions are good, it's better if you focus on one. So let's say, for example, if you're a fitness coach and you're trying to teach people about keto diets, focus the whole entire month on keto dieting. There's so many different things that you could talk about in reference to what you can eat, what you shouldn't eat, how you can make these different recipes, what type of alternatives you can use. Like, you could just go through the list, different mistakes that you're making on your keto diet, different things that you may be struggling with while you're on your diet, and just create a whole list of different things and cover all of those things through the month. Another thing that I find is helpful with having a theme or a topic is that for the first couple weeks, you can start on like the pain points that your audience have, the struggles that they're dealing with. And then the last 2 weeks, you can focus on solution-driven content. Now you're teaching them the how-to. I find that doing this process is a lot better. And this is just a side tip, aside from the content calendar, but it's good to have a theme or a topic. Another thing you want to have in place is a posting schedule. You want to know exactly what days you're going to be posting and on what platforms. So like, for example, if you have a YouTube channel, maybe you post every Monday on your YouTube channel. If you have a podcast, maybe you post every Thursday on your podcast. And if you're on social media like Instagram or TikTok, those two are kind of like to each his own, because you don't want to overdo how much you post. But let's just say you post 3 to 4 times a week on TikTok and Instagram. And so Tuesday through Thursday are your posting days on Instagram. I'm just throwing something out there on Instagram and TikTok. You want to know exactly what days you're going to be posting, because this is going to help you with other things that I'm going to mention later on in the video. And then that brings me to, you want to know the number of posts that you're going to be needing for that month. So when you know your posting schedule, if you know you post once a week on YouTube, you post once a week on your podcast, and you post 3 times a week on your Instagram or TikTok, now you need to add up how many posts each thing needs. So you need 4 YouTube videos, you need 4 podcast episodes, and you need 3, 6, 9, 12. You need 12 Instagram and TikTok posts, right? It's going to make it a lot easier to plan on your content calendar when you know exactly how many posts you're going to need for the month. And then the last thing, you're going to want to know what platform, what software, what planner, or whatever it is that you're going to use as your host for your content calendar. Everybody's different. I'm a pen and paper type of girl, but I've just recently upgraded to having a digital content calendar, and I'm not gonna lie, I love it, but that's a video for another day too. But you wanna know where you're gonna store your content calendar. Are you gonna use a whiteboard? Are you going to use notebook and pen? Are you going to use Asana or ClickUp? I've been using ClickUp lately, and life-changing. I'm gonna just say that, life-changing to use ClickUp. But you want to know these things before you start creating your content calendar. So those are the things that you need. Now let's hop into how to create your content calendar. Okay, so step 1, you want to brain dump. You want to write out and list all of the content that you plan on posting for that month. And so this includes like video titles, post titles, like anything like that, like how to do this or 10 mistakes when doing this. You want to make a list of all of those things. And that's when that content bank is going to come in handy, because if you have different topics per month and you already have a content bank with content that you've already covered in that topic, all you got to do is drag the content ideas that you've already used before. And so you want to know that. You want to know what you're going to be posting for the month. And then step 2, you want to set dates for each piece of content that's going to be going out. Look, and I'm just now starting to do this. I've heard so many people say that you need to put dates behind your projects and behind your stuff, and I tend to not want to do that, but I've just recently started doing it, and I'm telling you, it's important. Put dates behind the content that you're going to be posting. This is very helpful, because if you already know what days you're going to be posting on YouTube and what days you're going to be posting on your podcast or Instagram or whatever platforms you're using, this should be a lot easier, because all you have to do is, if they're YouTube videos, you're going to set the date to the date that you upload. If they're podcast episodes, you're going to set the date to the date that you upload your podcast episodes. And then if it's TikTok or Instagram, you're going to set the dates for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or whatever your schedule is for Instagram, what day those posts are going to be going out. And then step 3, you're going to add them to your calendar. You're going to add them to whatever platform, app, software, planner, whiteboard, whatever you have in place for your content calendar. You're going to actually write it out in your calendar so that you can visually see, okay, we're in week 1. On the 1st or on the 3rd, I need to be having this piece of content ready. On the 15th, I need to have this going out. And now you're going by a calendar just for your content. You'll never know, like, you'll never have to have that question in your head, what am I posting today? If you constantly have that question in your head, what am I going to post today? You're not organized with your content, and you need this content calendar. Now, if you're digital like me, I'm going to give you some examples of different platforms that you can use to create your content calendar in. So you can use Trello, you can use Asana, you can use ClickUp. You can also use your Google Calendar. If you are really big on your Google Calendar, there's nothing for you to actually create that on your Google Calendar and just put in your content for each, for whenever you're posting, or your posting schedule. I guess that's a better way to word it, right? And then, like I said earlier, if you're not ready for the project management part and you just want to keep it simple, you can use Google Docs. I was using Google Docs as my content calendar before I switched over to what I was using now. And I've also tried the planner method. I actually have content calendar planners that I created when I was still doing the pen and paper. I have graduated to doing digital just because I feel like that works best for me, especially when it comes to recycling your content. But you can use a planner. If you would like, the link to my planner is going to be in the description box below. You can hop on that. I have a BOGO sale where you buy one, get one free. And I got a ton of planners down there just for your business. So that would be very helpful for you as well, if you're a pen and paper type of person. And then the old-fashioned pen and paper, like a notebook and a piece of paper. Now, I will say I don't recommend this method. I don't recommend it for different reasons. I would recommend any of the other ones over just pen and paper, because it seems that when you write it in pen and paper, like just on a notebook, it gets lost. Because unless you have a specific notebook for your content calendar and you have a specific strategy, you have to write out the lines and put the dates in it. I just feel that looking at it on an actual calendar is going to be your best bet. But I digress. That's just my opinion, okay? Now, before I go, I do have a couple bonus tips that I want to give you. If you are in the process of creating your content calendar, these are some things that you want to keep in mind and put in place so that this can be a smooth transition. The first thing is you want to make sure that you have dates set for when you're going to be creating your video scripts. If you're doing a lot of videos, like a video like this, you want to have a day where you just create your video scripts. And you also want to have a day where you actually create your content. So if you're posting on Instagram, like a carousel or something like that, and you have to write your description or your caption, you want to have days set to the side just for you to work on that part of your business or that part of your content. Because what happens is, it doesn't matter if you post or if you put a date to your content, but you don't give yourself a specific date to get that content completed, right? So now it's still out of whack, because even though you're posting on Monday, you don't have anything in place to make sure that that post is ready to be uploaded by Monday. You see what I'm saying? And then for my second bonus tip is also make sure that you have a set date where you're going to record your videos or your podcast. I keep forgetting like podcasts are like this big thing too now. So your videos or your podcast, you need to have one specific day every single week that you're going to record. It's a lot easier. You know you're going to be dressed that day. You know you're going to have your makeup done that day. You know this is content creation day. I personally have 2 content creation days right now. because I have a podcast and I have my YouTube, and I have multiple YouTube channels right now. So I have 2 different days that I set to the side to make sure I'm going to record content. You might only need 1, but you need to have at least 1 day to create your content, and you know what day is going to be best for you based on your lifestyle, based on your schedule. But make sure you also add these things into your calendar. Add your record day and add your day where you're going to be actually creating your video scripts and stuff like that. So let me know, how did you enjoy this video? Was this video helpful for you? Would you like for me to go more in depth about the actual how-to when it comes to creating your content calendar? I wanted to keep this video simple for beginners because if I showed you too much, I feel that it would overwhelm you. So I wanted to keep it simple, and I can include a new video or another video with how to actually create the content calendar if that is something that you're interested in. But for now, I hope that was helpful for you. So stay tuned for my next video because I'm going to be teaching you how to create 1 month worth of content for your business. I'm going to show you how I create my 1 month of content, and hopefully that's going to help you, especially if you're working on creating your own content calendar right now. This is going to be a really good way to see an actual example of how I create 1 month of content for my business. But until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.